In the dense forest, where every tree seemed to be a guardian of ancient wisdom, lived a creature about which there were legends among the locals. The forest monster, or as it was sometimes called, the guardian of the forest, was tall and graceful, covered in moss and lichen, as if it were part of the forest itself. His eyes glowed green like a reflection among the dark trees, and his steps were so light that he seemed to be floating among the shadows. No one knew where this creature came from or how long it had lived among the trees. Only occasionally brave souls or those lost in the forest claimed to have seen him, a look full of mystery and ancient wisdom that permeated his every step and every action. It was believed that the forest monster guarded the forest from unscrupulous people and protected animals from poachers. After all, his presence was often accompanied by strange events. Lost travelers always found their way home, and those who harmed forest creatures faced inexplicable obstacles. One summer evening, a young hunter named Anton went into the forest in search of game. He had heard stories about the forest monster, but considered them only fairy tales for the amusement of children. However, when he got lost in the dense bush and dusk began to envelop the area, he felt that something was watching him. The feeling that eyes were watching from behind every tree did not leave him. Everything around was quiet and motionless, as if the forest was holding its breath. Suddenly, a figure appeared in front of him, entwined with green stripes of moss. She stood motionless, as if she had merged with the surrounding trees. Anton blinked invitingly at the figure so that it would not hide. The strange creature standing in front of Anton did not move. His green eyes glowed in the darkness, reflecting the faint light of the setting sun filtering through the foliage. Anton could not take his eyes off this mysterious figure, which seemed to be part of the forest itself. The seconds passed slowly, as if time had stopped in this place. Everything seemed filled with anticipation, as if the forest was holding its breath, waiting for the next action. Anton slowly raised his hand in a sign of friendliness and greeting, not sure what the answer would be. The creature remained motionless, only its eyes followed every movement of the young hunter. Suddenly, with a sharp rustle and flapping of wings, a bird flew out from behind the trees. She flew past Anton and headed towards the creature, sitting on his outstretched arm. Anton was amazed to see how the bird began to chirp, and the creature, smiling, affectionately stroked its feather. That moment brought sudden clarity to his mind. This was not just a monster, but a guardian of the forest, interacting with its inhabitants on a deep, almost mystical level. Anton's heart beat faster with surprise and peace. He realized that he was face to face with something great and ancient, that his presence here was not accidental. His eyes showed gratitude and respect for this creature, who seemed to know and understand much more than he could express in words. Just as the forest lived its own life, so the forest monster embodied its spirit. In his presence, Anton felt the fatigue and anxiety that had accompanied his loss in the forest begin to give way to a feeling of calm and security. The creature, as if to confirm his thoughts, slowly bowed its head in farewell, its green eyes flickering in the darkness as it disappeared among the trees. Anton remained standing in place, feeling how every cell of his body was filled with new strength and determination. When he finally returned home, his story about meeting the forest monster raised many questions and smiles. Some considered it a fairy tale story, others considered it a true glimpse into the soul of the forest. Anton himself knew one thing for sure: this forest, with its secrets and wonders, became for him not only a place of hunting, but also a place where he found something that cannot be forgotten and cannot be explained in words: a meeting with ancient wisdom embodied in Lesnoy monster.